Hi, love. My name is Zen Jen, your meditation, mindfulness, spiritual wellness, holistic bestie, and your girl is sick. Like, really sick. I recorded this video on day 2 of 3 of me being in bed all day long. Unfortunately, I am a girly that has a lot of experience with different types of sicknesses, and honestly, it does trigger me a little bit. I figured I would talk more about that later in the video, but me recording this video was to show you what kind of things I do when I'm not feeling well, just to support not only my physical health, but also my mental health, since being sick does take such a toll on my mental health as well. But I think the biggest takeaway from this video is just to be gentle and patient with yourself. I had not felt sick like this in such a long time that I almost forgot how important it is to be patient with yourself, because when my first day, when I was like, oh, I don't feel good, I need to rest and stay in bed today, I was like, it's just gonna be today. That's it. I'm just not gonna feel good today. I'm just gonna lay in bed today, and then I'm gonna feel great tomorrow. I'm gonna go back to my regularly scheduled programming and we're gonna be good. And then when I woke up on day 2 and I was like, I feel awful still, even a little bit worse than yesterday, I was like, oh right, I have to be patient, I have to take my time and let this sickness run its course. And I had these essential oils blasting all day long. I really think they help so much, since it was like a cold and a cough. It felt really good to like breathe in those essential oils that helped open me up. I did put lavender and eucalyptus in the one I showed you, but then when I was refilling it throughout the day, I actually ended up putting eucalyptus and lemongrass, and I think the lemongrass like super duper helped. But all I wanted to do all day was sleep. I was such a sleepy girl, and obviously like it's so important to sleep in order to make yourself better, to give your body the time and the space and the things it needs in order to heal and feel better. But going back to what I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I am someone who unfortunately does have a lot of experience with being sick. Growing up, I was sick all of the time, and it was usually like if someone was sick at school, if someone was sick in the family, I would end up getting sick too. Like, I think my immunity and my immune system, it was just kind of shot, and I wasn't living in a way, as in like the foods I was eating, I wasn't doing good things as a kid in order to support myself, because I didn't know any better, and no one else really knew any better at the time either. And then like all of those random sicknesses also then developed into me having stomach issues. And if you're new here or you don't know anything about my story, I suffered from a terrible case of corporate burnout, and it brought on a terrible sickness that I had dealt with since probably about the age of 15 or so. And it came on super duper heavy when I was about 22, 23. And that was kind of like the peak of my sickness. And when I just decided to take control of my journey and do things to help myself and live in a more healthy way to boost my immune system. But as they say, everything happens for a reason. And because of that time in my early 20s and because of what I was going through, I found meditation and mindfulness, and it completely turned my life and my health around. So I guess it worked out for the best. Side note, I did have some UGC ads that I had to create. So that's what I was doing here. Even while I was not feeling well, I was still getting that work done, getting paid. Anyway, I have so much experience with not feeling well, with going to doctors, and now as a 30-year-old adult, it triggers me. And I'm not saying that every doctor that I've met or every situation that I've been in when it comes to me not feeling well has been a bad experience. I've obviously come across great doctors who have supported me, but I will say like most of the experiences that I remembered was me not feeling listened to as a patient, and what was really truly going on with me, doctors just like didn't understand, and therefore they wrote me off. And so now as an adult, whenever I have an illness or a sickness come on, it truly makes me nervous, because I spent so much of my life in doctor's office. I spent so much time just like being upset and worried over my health. And so even when I have like a sickness like this, that it's just a few days and you'll get over it, I get really nervous that this is now a turning point and I'm going to start plummeting again. And then I'm going to end up in countless doctor's offices. I'm going to end up in really hard conversations again and end up being written off by doctors over and over again. So that's why I feel like it's extra important to me to really take it slow and do things that's going to support my body, boost my immune system, and help me feel better, but also being patient and knowing that it's okay if I don't feel better overnight, and that this doesn't mean that I'm going to end up in a doctor's office next week. So some of the things that I'm doing is obviously making sure that I'm staying really hydrated, drinking tea, drinking water with electrolytes in it, and also drinking some coconut water that actually my friend left for me in the fridge, which was so sweet. And honestly, the coconut water, I've never had that flavor before, and it was delicious. Also, since this was day 2 of me laying in bed all day long, my body was so sore, and because we store so much emotions in our hips, I felt so much tension in there. And so I really wanted to stretch out my hips and release any of these tough, triggering emotions that I was feeling all day long. And one thing that I always try to do, even when I'm feeling sick, is take a shower because it makes me feel so much better. Like, I'm the kind of person where I will wear PJs multiple nights in a row because I typically shower before bed, but there is something about when I'm sick that, like, no matter what, I must shower every single night. I must do my skincare and I must change my pajamas every single night because I guess I kind of go to sleep hopeful every night that I'm gonna wake up tomorrow feeling better, and I don't want like yesterday's sick germs on me while I'm sleeping. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. And my skin always takes a toll when I am sick, and so I do what I can and try to stick with my skincare routine, make myself feel good, even if I'm like dragging my feet while I'm doing it. And the LED and infrared light panel that I have is truly one of my favorite things. I did a lot of research trying to figure out if I wanted to get a mask, if I wanted to get a panel, what kind of panel I wanted, because I still wanted it to be budget friendly. And truly, I'm obsessed with the one that I got. I ended up getting it from Amazon, so I will have it linked in my Amazon storefront, which is down below in the description box. And whenever I'm doing this LED infrared light panel, I always like to meditate too, because what else am I supposed to do? And it's a really great time to just relax, come back and be with myself. And also, since I am sick, I did a lot of inner focus on feeling healthy and giving myself the grace to take my time to feel healthy as well, and kind of like talking my anxiety down, talking down my trigger moments of this illness and feeling sick. I'm so curious, like, what are some things that you guys do when you're feeling sick that just make you feel better, or maybe it does help you like physically, or maybe it just helps you mentally? Leave them in the comments because I would love to add these sort of things to future times that I get sick. Hopefully they're far and few between, but what sort of things do you guys do when you're not feeling well? Okay, and one thing about me, I do not like yogurt. This coconut yogurt is the only one that I will semi-deal with, and I really only use it as like a dip or a sauce. There is something about the texture of yogurt and just the thought and the process of how they make it that grosses me out to no end. And so I figured, though, at this point I needed to get some probiotics into my body, and so I thought I would grab some watermelon and dip it in my coconut yogurt that I had, because I also truthfully didn't have much of an appetite in these few days that I was bedridden. And so anytime that I was craving something, I was like, okay, what can I eat that's going to support my body? So like for lunch with that big meal, I made sure that I had protein, and I had protein in the black beans that was in it, as well as the salmon that I ate. And then a little bit later, when I wanted something else, I went for probiotics to again support my body, help fuel my system. And then kind of like going along with the theme of just like my body feeling tight and sore from laying around and also like storing all of these emotions, I needed to make sure that I got my magnesium supplement in. So I ended up adding that to my tea instead of taking my magnesium glycinate pills that I take every single night, because I was drinking tea anyway, and so I figured I might as well. Also, I'm rereading the Fourth Wing series, so I spent so much time doing that. I'm happy to say that on my 4th day of not feeling well, I ended up going for a beach walk, and I do feel a lot better today, and I'm hoping tomorrow I'll feel even better. Thanks for watching this video and spending the day with me sick at home in bed. Not all of our moments can be the most beautiful moments, and I want to show you guys not just the beautiful moments, but the real moments as well. So thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Love you.